It's the comic book show. It's the comic book show. It's the comic book show. Yeah.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, back to Twin Galaxies Live, where every Wednesday at 9 p.m. PST we do the comic book show. Yeah.
Oh.
We're doing this now.
Okay.
We're clapping for ourselves.
This is where we've gathered an all-star cast of comic book experts from around the web to bring you this week's comic book news, reviews, previews, and discussion. The very first segment of the night is
The Daily Planet.
We got messages coming in, news from around the world. Oh my god.
The Daily Planet is where we tell you about all of this week's news and comic book events that have happened in the past 7 days.
Guys, remember this image that we presented to you a few months ago, speculating that it could be a new Batman animated series? Well, we were kind of right. Batman Unlimited will debut on May 12th as a direct-to-home video animated movie that features the Batman, the Flash, Red Robin, Nightwing, and Green Arrow facing off against the Penguin and new cyber animal foes. The second part will be released sometime during the second half of 2015. You may already be seeing toys based on Batman Unlimited on store shelves now.
Batman, Flash, Red Robin, Nightwing, and Green Arrow facing off against their greatest foe ever, robot animals.
The Walking Dead returns to television this Sunday.
There is an alarming lack of zombie genitalia in The Walking Dead. They don't shamble after you holding their pants up. Like, all those zombies have lost weight, they're dead, and their pants are still up. I haven't seen one zombie with suspenders. I haven't seen one zombie with a belt. Like, literally, if we were all in a zombie apocalypse, I do not think you were prepared for two things: the smell and just how much zombie penis you would see.
Well, they would trip over their pants.
They would totally trip over their
They'd
pants.
just all be all on the ground.
I mean, if we want to get realistic, like, yes, the blood would all flow to their feet, and their feet would pop, and they would fall over, and they'd be dead. I love how in The Walking Dead, they're like, wait, take this with you. And they give them a knife. It's like, oh, that thing that the zombie has to be there for me to use? You know, they bite and scratch, like, that's how you become a zombie. Give me a ski pole or a trident, and I will win the zombie apocalypse.
Rose Byrne will return as Moira McTaggart in X-Men Apocalypse. Writer Simon Kinberg noted she's a significant character in the movie. We ended first class with Charles having wiped portions of her memory of her existence with her experience with the X-Men. They are essentially strangers to her when she meets them. So maybe, with her mind wiped, she gets back into her Scottish roots and returns with a Scottish accent.
That'd be good. That'd be good.
Yeah.
That'd be really funny if Charles Xavier was like, oh, and while I'm messing with your brain, I'm just gonna give you an accent.
It'd be funniest if he gave her a Chinese accent, let's face it.
Hey, you guys, in other TV news, it was revealed that TNT's live-action Teen Titans show, A Titans, will feature the characters Dick Grayson, Starfire, Raven, Hawk, Dove, and a Barbara Gordon. Spoiler alert! When the show first starts, Dick Grayson has left Gotham and the Robin mantle behind to become a police officer in Boston.
Why would you do that?
I don't know.
Why would you do that?
Boston.
You want to become the a-hole from Dark Knight Rising? Is that what it is? Like, why would you do that?
I want to be just like Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
I can't wait to downgrade.
They probably have better benefits in the Boston PD than Batman offers. As, you know,
because he's not wealthy.
No. Also, don't expect to see Barbara fighting crime in her Batsuit. Along with them, Barbara is reportedly going to be wheelchair bound and act as the Titans computer hacker specialist, so basically Oracle.
Twist though, she's in a wheelchair by choice.
So guys, Ryan Reynolds flat out said the leak of the Deadpool test footage and the reaction it got is what finally allowed them to greenlight the Deadpool film.
Wow.
Thinking that the film was dead in the water, Ryan and others joked about leaking the footage years ago, but they never actually had the balls to do it. They think the initial leak came from someone working at Fox who recorded it on the phone. That person's probably gonna get sued and fired and sent to jail, but at least Fox can profit off the Deadpool movie he helped make.
Yep.
And that's the news!
Oh!
Aww. Alright guys, so our next segment of the show is, of course, the
Danger Room!
X-Mansion.
No. It's Marvel vs. DC, and you guys get to decide who won the week. We got Jen and Matt and Jackie representing DC, and we got me and Jonathan here for Team DC. Team Marvel.
Careful.
Yes.
Whoa. I am presenting Nova number 26, and I'm not showing you the cover yet because I don't want to spoil it for you.
And go!
Oh, he lied!
I was going. Sam, he's grounded, literally, from being Nova. Under the circumstances, he has to put on his helmet because Cletus Cassidy is in town. Yeah, so there's a battle between Carnage and Nova going on. During the fight, the symbiote tries to latch on to Nova. Oh my god!
DC presents Arkham Manor #4. In this book, there's a shard of Clayface that's been infected with Joker toxin, going around killing everybody. Of course, Batman is in there, and he's trying to say, okay, I don't have time to go down to the cave because this is going to be a problem really quickly. Who can help me in the asylum? Well, Mr. Freeze can. The great thing is, in the end, Batman has to help Mr. Freeze break out because he says, okay, well, deal's a deal. So he helps him break out, and he says, okay, it's time to go. Mr. Freeze says, I'm not leaving because I have nowhere to go.
Wow,
What do we
wow.
have?
Wow.
Matt
Yeah.
rocked it.
Matt.
Matt, way to go.
I'm presenting Harley Quinn #14. She tries to go on a date and it falls through. Why? Because she's so busy. First off, she has to deal with the egg guy who has his floating body thing is like attacking things, and it's not very nice. So yeah, so then she like tries to sneak out, and she's supposed to go to this roller derby and go on this date, and she has this one bad dream where she's like, I don't know, it's fun. Have fun with it.
Here, let me
How's
get
that?
it on the edge of
All right, guys. There's no reason you shouldn't be reading Rick Remender and Daniel Acuña's run on Avengers. There's a great first panel where these unmen are planning to take out the Avengers. Quicksilver's not in this panel, and then all of a sudden he pops into this one. He's like, "What are you guys talking about?" And they're like, "Oh, there he is." They point a gun at him. Boom! The gun is now in front of Quicksilver. It's pretty funny, this little sequential joke going on is how fast Quicksilver is. He took the gun right out of the dude's hand. They go to Wonder Gore Mountain, they transport to this place, and ultimately this thing ends with a cliffhanger for the big baddie that's going to lead us into the next big crossover. It's the Avengers versus the High Evolutionary. We haven't seen him in a long time. He's one of my favorite Marvel villains, and here you go, he's back on the scene. He's going to take out these new uncanny Avengers.
That's it, guys. Voting is now closed for round 2.
Oh, what do we have?
So close. That was actually.
Thor #4. This is Thor versus Thor in Thor #4. It starts out with the male Thor waking up with his arm missing. He's like, oh my god, where the hell is my arm? This is going back a little bit of ways. So he gets his new arm, which is made out of black Uru, and it was forged in the same place that Mjolnir was forged at. So it's a pretty powerful arm. Female Thor uses the hammer in ways that Thor never did. Very, aerodynamically, and Thor's like, oh my god, she's worthy of the hammer. You can have the hammer. Thor actually asks her, are you my mom? And then she kisses him, and she's like, do you think I'm your mother now? And he's like, I certainly hope not.
DC is presenting Deathstroke #4. Bronze Tiger has been brainwashed, so he is believing that he killed Deathstroke to report that to the villain of the book, who I'm not going to reveal, but who's teamed up with Lady Shiva. They're on their way to Gotham City to pick up Deathstroke's son, as well as his daughter, Ravager, who's going by the name Rose now, which is a little bit weird. Apparently, Harley used one of Deathstroke's old swords because she's feeling betrayed by Suicide Squad to decapitate a bunch of middle school teachers, throw their heads in a box, and basically set up what's going to be an incredible fight between Batman and Deathstroke.
We were so close, man.
No, we weren't.
DC has won. Jackie's first winning in a long time.
We were just-
Good job.
we were-
Nice
We were
work.
so
look at that.
close to
It was
we were
basically
so
bad.
close to the end of the show.
This is the freaking Infinity Gauntlet. Bam! What is that? That's where you tell us who you would like to see in the battle cage arena that is called life, and then we tell you who'd be the wiener.
Concrete versus the Thing. I don't know who Concrete
Concrete,
is.
you don't.
Oh!
Concrete is literally a speechwriter who's abducted by aliens, put in a concrete body, and he manages to escape, and now he's trapped in this concrete body. If you haven't read Paul Chadwick's Concrete, you should go pick it up, because it's a really awesome contemplative book. But the Thing is a brawler. The Thing fights. The Thing knows how to fight. He grew up in the tough streets, right? His Aunt Petunia would want him to fight. And that's what I love about The Thing. He would definitely beat up Concrete, but I don't think that they would fight. I think they would hit down the diner and have a nice conversation.
Well, let me put this out there. Concrete's still getting published. Fantastic Four.
Oh, no.
He's still no. But
Yeah.
if you had to put them in a fight,
The Thing.
who would win? The Thing.
Thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is the Watchtower. It's where we hang out and chat comics.
So Superman's getting a new power.
He is. Apparently, he can make his heat vision overpowered and expel all of the solar energy that he's storing in his cells, basically make a solar flare. It's kind of like a nuclear bomb where it's just like, okay, this is going off. Batman discovers him after this and says, dude, you're not gonna have any powers for about 24 hours. You have to recharge.
Wow.
So he's able to do this.
And become Clark Kent, basically.
Yeah, basically.
So he has a major hot flash? He has hot flashes.
He's got hot flashes.
He just channels the power he had.
It's his Ultra.
Thank you so much for joining us here at the Comic Book Show. We're here every Wednesday from 9 p.m. PST until 11 p.m. PST. It should be your new favorite show. Please be sure to check out House of Secrets and pick up any of the issues that you might be interested in there, and swing by our Facebook. We'll see you next week. Thanks so much for joining us. Take it easy, guys.
Bye. Bye-bye.
Twin Galaxies.
I want more genitalia in my Walking Dead, just for like the believability.
That's awesome.
It's the Comic Book Show. It's the Comic Book Show. It's the Comic Book Show. Yeah.